Appreciate that. What I do is I collect mines, and when I collect the mines, they get more powerful. You know what I believe is this: I have what it takes to bring out what you have that will make you successful, and I can only tell you my short story and let you see for yourself what you think. My journey began right here in Trinidad. I immigrated, graduated from St. George's College, immigrated to the US, and as soon as I got there, I joined the US Army. Spent 3 years in the US Army and I was honorably discharged. I went straight into school, 4 years at the University of Massachusetts. And when I graduated from the University of Massachusetts, I had one thing on my mind, to come back home. And I came back home with an attitude. I had an attitude like, I don't want a job. I want to make a job. And I did that. I did it by buying a little wagon, filling it with clothes, and I would have different markets I would go to. But you get family pressure to say, you just come from school and you selling, anybody could do that. You don't take no brains to do that. I agreed. So I said, okay, I would send out a few letters and continue doing what I was doing. And one day while I was out there, according to my mom, 2 men in black suits came to my house and they offered me a job. They said they want me to work with them as a consultant. I was impressed. I was so impressed I had put on a black suit myself, going to interview with them. And they hired me. And that changed my life. That actually changed my life because I was able to get into training, behavioral training. And I'm training people, my seniors, in what was National Commercial Bank of Trinidad. I was training trainers to train people in the bank. So I got good at it. And that became my life. Actually, that's what all I did most of my life. Any job or any area I got into training because I know that was valuable. And then in 2015, and this is after I was close to retirement, I came across Mastermind, the Mastermind group. And then I got into it. I saw the value. There was a guy, and this was all online, a guy named Jake Fazette. He introduced me to it. And I thought it was a great idea. So I started following him and actually started hosting a couple of mastermind groups. And the success that we got from those groups, it impressed me because I'm realizing, it's as simple as people putting their heads together and things happen. And from then, I never stopped. If you know me for the period of time from 2015 to now, you would have heard me mention mastermind. How can this thing that we call a mastermind group help me? So I want to answer the question with a short presentation. The presentation starts what it does. A mastermind group multiplies your power, your mind power. Imagine this. By yourself, you have one experience. Your entire life is one experience. By yourself, you have a limited resource, be it money, property, it's limited to what you have. By yourself, you have one network, people you know. And the truth is, you can use that. You can use that to do anything you want, but it's by yourself, and it's always harder to do that. And that's why you see that statement saying it. If you're a business owner doing something alone, you struggle because there's an easier way. And the easier way is this. You put two minds together, and what you get a third mind. It's not a visible mind, it's an intangible mind. But it's a mind all the same because by yourself, you could only think one way. With another, you think, have two thoughts. And that those two thoughts can manifest into one thought, a bigger idea. So understanding that, and I always like to tell people, there are mastermind groups everywhere. We just don't call them mastermind groups. Our government is a mastermind. We call it the government. Any NGO is a mastermind group. any group that gets together, put their heads together for one purpose, it's a mastermind group, but they may call themselves something else. But with a mastermind group, it starts, we say, in the Bible. They say where two or more are gathered, I'm present. The I am present is that spirit, the spiritual part of the mastermind. And the mastermind is actually the spirit when you think about it. And then in 1937, Napoleon Hill came up with the coordination of knowledge and effort in harmony, comes up to be, for the definite purpose, is a mastermind group. So he named something that it started in the Bible as a verse. But he discovered it, this is what happened. When you join with a mastermind group, you get two overall benefits. First, we must realize that individually we only have a certain amount of power, but we are all connected universally. You know, that's why we all, when we can pray for someone and we know we have a connection with them. We have a connection that is what we call spiritual, and it's kind of esoteric because it's out of the mindset, but it's there and it's always there. And then you have, because of the coming together, you have economic activity in business, employment, profession. You know, mastermind groups could, like I said, be in any discipline, in any way, in any activity. But if you put your minds together, normally you get economic activities coming out of it. What's so important about that? When you join a mastermind group, the first thing you get is a community, a group of people who understand where you're coming from, because you're not hiding anything. You tell them this is where I am, and this is where I want to be. And you get a community of people, like-minded people who are thinking like you, looking to move forward, looking to do something better than what they're doing. And that's a community. You also choose a life-changing goal. And I say a life-changing goal because with a mastermind group, you don't want to come in and just be with a group talking about this and talking about, you come for a purpose. You have a purpose for being here. You have a goal in mind that you want to accomplish, and you want to accomplish it in a certain amount of time. And we'll talk about SMART goals later, but you're able to do that. One goal, one important goal that will change your life in 6 months, in a year, okay? And you want to have accountability. Because you know, it's trying to keep yourself accountable to yourself never works. If you try to keep yourself accountable to yourself, you tell yourself, you know what, I can do that next week, you know, maybe next year, maybe 5 years ago. I don't have to do it at all. Because you're not accountable to anybody. You told yourself, I'm going to do this, but that's all you told. The only person you told it yourself, and you can't keep yourself accountable to yourself. In some things you do, and you have to. But in most things, like when you set a goal, you just can't keep it. You just, you know, it's easier to get. And some people can do it and do it well. But most of us, it's a little bit difficult to do that. And here's the other thing, and this is a good benefit: instant feedback. Instant and honest feedback. Because when you come to mastermind, you're not going to sugarcoat it and say, well, you know, it looks good and you should do this and that looks like, no, we want to see you succeed. So sometimes you will get feedback that may hurt you a little bit, but it's hurting you for a reason. It's hurting you so you can grow. Because, you know, the thing about it is stepping out of your comfort zone. When you step out of your comfort zone, you learn. When you stay where you are and you're happy where you are, there's no learning. There's stagnation. Step out, and all of a sudden your heart starts beating, and you start feeling, yeah, I'm enjoying this. And finally, you get your own board of directors. As an individual working for yourself, there's nobody you can go to and say, no, I have a problem. And anything related to your goal that affects your goal is a problem. So you can come to the group and say, look, I have a problem. Something is, you know, I'm not being able to do this. How do you think I can work this out? And it's just, you know, people getting together and say, listen, do this, do that.